Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and the MelVee family, wherever I find you, in any part of this world. I'm your host, Melusi Ndhlalambi, and welcome to the MelVee Podcast on the Go. We are on the road somewhere in the beautiful region of Southern Africa, in the Kingdom of Lesotho. Today, I've got a very special program that I'm bringing to you. You know, someone once wrote and said, "The richest man without health is the poorest." And therefore today we want to talk about health, but particularly this aspect of nutrition. The fact that what you eat is what you become. Have you heard where they say you are what you eat? And today the Lord has brought us the best talent, the professional in nutrition, someone who knows nutrition from studying it and from practicing it. Greetings, man. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, MelVee?
I'm very well, thanks. You know, when you say MelVee, that's Melusi and Vivian.
Oh, well, she's with you everywhere you go, I guess.
She's in my heart. Yes. Greetings. And how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm so blessed to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's a blessing. And it's quite interesting how we ended up here, isn't it?
It was a coincidence.
Thanks to your darling.
Thanks to my fiancé.
Yes. He's the one who set you up.
He set me up and we are here.
Yes. And I was quite delighted. I was very happy about the dazzling nutrition, right?
Dazzling nutrition.
We're going to talk a lot about that. To our viewers out there, I'm sure you can see on set we've got smells nice here. You may not smell it, but I can smell the natural foods that are here. So you tell us about yourself. You are a nutritionist.
I am a nutritionist.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not always been a nutritionist.
All right.
I guess I didn't have a name at first. And
yes, you didn't have that title.
There was no title.
So let's go back, way back in time. Who is
Seriti? Molapo?
Yes.
For those who don't know, I am Seriti, and I'm the founder of Dazzling Nutrition today.
All right.
I grew up here in Maseru in Lesotho.
So you're a Maseru girl.
I am Maseru girl.
Born and bred.
Born and bred in Maseru.
All right.
My mom is Musotho, my dad Musotho.
Oh, nice.
And I grew up in a single parent home, however.
All right.
Just me and my mom.
What happened to dad?
My dad died when I was young.
Oh, sorry about that.
My mom just raised me alone. And she wanted the best for her daughter.
So you are the only child of this marriage?
I'm the only child.
Wow.
I'm the only child from my mom, and then I have two siblings from my dad.
All right.
My two older sisters, Tuto and Austato.
All right.
And then I'm the princess of the family.
Wow, the youngest.
The youngest. And I'm the only child to my mom, who is a very strong woman of God. Like, she's a very strong, amazing woman who just wanted to give her daughter the best of everything, which meant the best education.
Wow.
So she has always believed in Adventist education.
Okay.
So that's all she ever wanted to give me.
So by Adventist education, it means she took you to an Adventist primary.
I went to Adventist primary school here in Maseru SDA primary school.
All right.
Yes.
So all your primary was there?
All my primary was there. Even the preschool, actually.
All right.
I think they have a preschool there. So it's
you started right there
until grade 7.
Wow.
Here in Maseru. And then I went to St. David High School
in
Heidelberg in South Africa.
Is that where you were?
Yes. I think that is actually where my entrepreneurship journey began, but I wasn't aware of it at that time because in St. David, I was exposed to so much different kinds of evangelism because I used to join December camps at school. Yeah, we used to have...
Where you travel to those different places, you do evangelism, visit communities.
Yes.
All right.
And then we do door-to-door evangelism. We do children's evangelism.
All right.
Yes. And then when I went to college, I went to the Philippines, Adventist University of the Philippines.
Wow.
Yes.
So Adventist education flows through your veins.
Fortunately.
Let's just thank your mother for that. Thank you, me.
Thank you, me.
For what you did for her. Yeah. So what really informed your decision to then go nutrition way? There were so many options you had.
There were so many options.
Why nutrition?
I feel like it goes back to my mom. My mom cans fruits and vegetables. Like she makes jam, she makes
all right
canned peaches, she makes chutney.
At
home, she's really well known for that. That is her business. She sells them. So she has always been very particular about the kitchen. She would teach me a lot of things in the kitchen.
Wow.
So when it came to university, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to do something something with food. And then my mom said, okay, maybe you should be a chef. And we're like, okay, I can be a chef, but the missionary part of me wanted something deeper that could help people.
All right.
So it's almost like missionary plus being a chef. We're like, I can go to a mission school, an Adventist school, and actually do a nutrition course.
Wow.
Cook while I'm helping people improve their lifestyles and heal any diseases they may have.
All right. Did you help mom prepare her jams?
No.
And her canned fruits?
She doesn't allow me. The kitchen is her sane place. So she just likes to do it all by herself.
Yes.
But then when it's time to cook Sabbath food, she'll be like, hey,
Seriti,
prepare her. This, that. It's always me.
All
but
right.
then
you're the only one anyway, so who else can she call on?
Exactly. So I always feel like love for food has always been in me. Plus the training that I had as a missionary. Studying nutrition was just like the perfect route for me. It was like the perfect trajectory for me.
But let's just maybe rewind and come back. Let's look at your family. The way it was being raised by a single mother. What are some of the experiences you remember from that growing up that you think really shaped you to be the person that you are today?
I think for me, my life would probably be so sad because I had a single mom. We live here in Maseru, but she works in a different district called Butabote. So I would stay with different maids or different relatives. So I was just always passed on from one person to another. So honestly, I just always learned to have a space in my head that I could just find familiarity and comfort in. And that was just creativity for me. So as I saw my mom like maybe once a week or sometimes once in 2 weeks because she would only come home on Fridays.
All right.
And then go back on Sunday to work. And then I'll be left with just different types of like relatives. And then from this relative to the next relative. From that relative, I'll stay with a helper. From that helper, another helper.
Yeah, because they come and they go.
So I needed a safe space for myself. That has always been in my mind, my creativity.
Yeah. So how has that shaped you to be the person you are today?
It has shaped me to become an entrepreneur, to have a business.
Cook your own food.
You know what?
Do your own laundry.
Do your own stuff.
All right.
Have something of your own that you can fall back on. So for me, only now in life, I'm noticing that I fell back to creativity because I just didn't start dazzling right now. It started a long time ago. I guess God was developing it through my experiences.
I'm actually interested to know why you chose not only dazzling, but you added four Z's. And we were laughing the other day when we met. And I was saying, I can't find dazzling. And we discovered on Facebook, you even made it
5 Z's, not 4. Oh my goodness.
So you were really obsessed with this issue of being dazzling in your life. So how did
dazzling?
I want to know a little bit about that dazzling nutrition, where it comes from.
So I was in the Philippines. And then being far from home, it's so depressing, let me tell you.
So you stayed in the Philippines for
I stayed
how
there
long?
For many years, like I think it's like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a student and then I was like an on and off student.
Okay.
And then
why were you 10 years is a long time for a degree.
It's a long time.
What was happening
I had so many problems. I would have like visa problems, passport problems, this, that. Oh my goodness.
And so without the visa, you can't
No, you
study.
can't study. And Philippines is it's not like other countries like China or Japan where you have an embassy right by your side.
Okay.
Yeah.
The closest embassy for Lesotho was where?
It was in Japan.
Wow.
Japan.
So you had to courier papers up there?
Yes. And then from Japan, they have to process them to Lesotho. Then,
oh, Lord.
We also have to wait for a very long process in Lesotho.
Yeah. So that was a long time.
Yeah, but then, like, I've really, really worked so much on the brand also. Like,
so while you were there, you're not enrolled?
Yeah.
All right. What do you do?
What I'm doing on the side, I would first start with studying. Like, I would study so many books about fruits and veggies. I would write a lot of notes. And then I decided to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I can do something with all this knowledge. I then started my first page on Facebook.
Yes.
Those days. I can't even remember the first name. It's something about carrot.
Carrot juice or?
Dazzling carrot.
Oh, dazzling.
Dazzling, yeah. But at that time, I was just thinking, okay, I just saw this word at Adventist University of the Philippines. They had like a commemoration of, I think it's like 100 years anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it said on the gate, dazzling with Jesus for 100 years.
Wow.
But then at that moment, I'm depressed. I'm not going to school. Everyone else is going to school. All I just keep doing is studying all these notes from last semester and
books upon books and notes and journals.
Books. Yeah, like my friends are going to school. Everything for them is going so well, but my things are stopping. That's
you are
what I'm
stuck
thinking.
in a
I'm
rut
stuck.
somewhere.
Yeah,
things aren't moving.
They're not moving, and I'm so depressed. I keep on praying to God, and God is not giving me what I want, which is to go to school and be like other kids. He's just giving me like a pile of books from, in the Philippines, you have a lot of literature evangelists.
Okay.
So I always have nutrition books. So many amazing healing plants, healthy foods, encyclopedias on food. So I've read all those books.
You're drinking and sucking all that information with you.
Yeah.
But your life is on a standstill, but here is a name that says dazzling. So how does that name inspire you?
And then one time I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I've read all the books. You know what? Let me do something. Let me sell a juice. Let me sell juice. Let me do something with my life. I made my first carrot juice, and then no one wanted to buy it. No one cared. like
carrot what?
Yeah, carrot juice that I wanted to sell, and then I made it and drank it myself. And then I'm like, okay, so at that moment, I'm really depressed. I'm saying
the pains of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm saying, God, okay, I'm depressed. My life, nothing is moving. And then something said, you know what? Just call it dazzling carrot. So I'm like, okay, dazzling carrot. And then somehow the Holy Spirit just said, no. Dazzling Nutrition has to be the name of your brand, okay?
So that's stuck in your head.
It's stuck in my mind. And then later on, I kept on saying, why dazzling? So then the Holy Spirit, one of the things I learned from moving from one person's house to another, one maid to another, as you asked earlier, asking me, what's the one thing I learned? I think it's to also have a relationship with God.
All right.
Yeah, I was really forced to do that at a very young age.
He was the only permanent element.
Up until now. Every day. So
unchanging. Always available.
Oh my
24/7.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Like, that is my only safe space.
All right.
That is all I know. So he told me at that time, saying, listen, regardless of whatever you're going through right here in life, you really have to dazzle.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I'm depressed. Okay, you know what? I'm really going to dazzle. And then, so I wrote dazzling with 2 Z's. And then the Holy Spirit said, no. You really, really have to dazzle.
Double it.
So I put more Z's. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever I'm going through in life,
all right.
I don't have to look like what I've been through. Yeah. I don't have to look like what I'm going through. Also, if I'm going through a rough time, I just have to do my best.
And all of this is coming from within.
It's coming from within.
The Holy Spirit is just inspiring you.
Yes. And at that time, there's no salads. All this that you see here, it's not there. So actually, that has always, just the word dazzling that has always been what has kept me going for so many years, because actually in the Philippines I've also done many good programs. Like I really built a well established brand there. Like,
all right.
Yeah,
all
like
right.
I've done wonderful things.
All right. So what were you doing then? Because 10 years is quite a lot of time. Your degree was 5 years.
Yeah.
But you ended up spending 10 right?
years, yeah.
So in the 5 years, what were you doing with your life?
I also have other like certificates in cosmetics.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think we told
like
you about
beauty
this.
is your thing,
Yeah, I don't think we told you about this. But before there was Dazzling Nutrition, there was Dazzling Cosmetics.
All right.
Yes, there was Dazzling Cosmetics, which I'm actually like a trained cosmetician, and
wow,
I have a couple of I have 2 diplomas on skincare, and then another just like an online certificate.
All right.
So I can make my own products. I know to manufacture
all the ingredients and put them all together
yes.
and sell those.
And I used to sell those at first, and then I kept on saying, "Okay, God, I've stopped going to school. I'm selling cosmetics. I've stopped going to the university. I came here to do nutrition. I didn't come here to do cosmetology or, learning about cosmetics. So I always said, God, I want to go back and finish my degree. And he answered my prayer. And he made it possible.
Yeah, finally things worked out.
Yes.
You finished. When did you finish?
Well, I finished in 2016. And then I started the nutrition business.
In the Philippines?
In the Philippines, yeah.
All right.
At that time, I was doing both cosmetics and nutrition, but then at that time, I'm just selling Himalayan salt and olive oils.
All right.
I'm thinking, okay, this is all I'm going to do. I'll just sell Himalayan soil and Himalayan salt and olive oil all my life. I mean, I'll have... That's all I was thinking. I'm like, wow, I really know what
You'll be known as the salt lady. The lady who sells the oil.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what God has called me for. And then I kept on selling salt, but most of my customers, I noticed these people are like overweight. And they're always complaining, saying, oh, you know what, today I had ulcers.
This pain here, my joints.
I have to eat... I have to inject
insulin.
Oh, I'm not feeling well. There was always problems all the time. I'm like, dear Lord, what am I supposed to do with all this? And then God told me, he said, just listen. And for someone like me, like, I don't have time to listen because I'm an entrepreneur. I have to do this. I have to do that.
You're already seeing the opportunities.
Yeah, God was just saying, listen, really listen. I'm like, no, God, I have to, sell more salt. I really thought, honestly, I'm just going to sell salt and olive oil.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
So when did the light go on to say, bingo, this is an opportunity for this business or ministry?
I had a friend. She got sick. Her name is Shen, yeah.
All right.
Her mom was sick. She had diabetes.
Oh.
And then I was always in Shen's house.
All right.
So she said to me, my mom is sick. So every time I would visit her house, her mom is always sick. And I'm like, okay, all I'll do is just pray. I'll just pray for her mom. And, But she just kept on saying she's sick. She's always going to the doctor. She's always injecting insulin and all that. Until one time I said, you know what? Let me see what I can do. I asked one of my lecturers at school, saying, my friend's mom is sick. We're actually just having a conversation about it. It's not even something that I had planned on telling her. We're just talking. And I said, oh, by the way, Shan, she's not coming to school every time because, her mom is sick. This and this. She's always taking care of her mom. Then she's like, oh, great. At least they have a nutritionist. I was like, who? Who's the nutritionist? She said, you. I'm like, me?
Oh.
She's like, yeah. I mean, with all the knowledge you have, can't you help her? I'm like, okay, maybe I can.
All right.
So then I just kept on just doing research on diabetes, and then talking to her, just interviewing her, getting to know like her medications, just getting to know diabetes as a whole.
Yeah.
With someone who lives with it. So we made arrangements that, okay, I'll start cooking for her.
Okay.
I'll start cooking for her every day when I don't have anything to do. So I started cooking for her healthy food. I would, Filipinos eat a lot of rice.
Okay.
A lot of rice, a lot of junk food. It's a staple food. Like they eat rice all the time.
All right.
So I started removing things like white rice from her diet. I started removing soft drinks from her diet and also replacing them with sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And then just reducing her sugar intake, everything. And then there was so much improvement in her body. She lost weight. She was coming back to life again. And I'm like, well, then she told her friend told the other friend. And then
the rest of the story is you are established, you are helping people to eat healthy.
And then now I'm like, okay, maybe I can really do this as a business as a whole. Then in the Philippines, I had other friends who were like my old classmates, who were like registered nutritionists in the Philippines.
All right.
So now whenever I had like a client, I would call them, hey friend, I have someone who has, diabetes. And then later on I noticed, okay, some patients, they have diabetes, and then later on in life they also get hypertension, high blood, and then those who have high blood later on, there's also diabetes. So we're like, okay, so me and my friends, we had a lot of clients or patients, let me say, suffering from diabetes and high blood, so many. So we're like, okay, maybe this is what they said, maybe this is what you can do for Dazzling Nutrition. This is what you can focus on. So I was like, oh, great God, like I can still sell my salt, my olive
and
oil,
still help
and then
other
still
people.
help other people.
Wow.
So it's just so amazing how it all came. And then,
all right.
Yeah, like now I have an ability to, like, I know how to sense a fruit if I've read about it. I don't know how to explain that. Yeah, like I've read about so many fruits that I haven't tasted, but I know how they taste.
All right.
So yeah,
it's intrinsic. It's in you.
It's just in me. So I'm noticing that that's what God was building in me that time. That's what He was building, because just what I do now, you have to be very knowledgeable on so many fruits, veggies.
So you leave the tropical islands of the Philippines.
Yes.
Africa is calling.
Oh.
You have to be home, right? So you come back home.
I came back home in January
2022.
Yes, but then before I came back home, I'm on the phone with my mom.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell her, I am a nutritionist, mom. My business, I try to heal people with food. My mom said, it is not going to happen here in Lesotho. Forget it.
What was she saying in Lesotho language? What was she saying?
She was saying, lebala. Basotho bagata nama, bagata.
They eat nyama.
Yeah, bagata nama, meat. They love meat. They love alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said it's just not going to work. I said, Mom, but this is what's going to happen. My mom said it's really not going to happen. And then I asked my sisters, my nieces, they could get the idea, but they were also saying, not here in Lesotho. Not here in Lesotho. I was saying, I'm going to do Dazzling Nutrition. I'll heal people with food. I will have a salad shop. They said, no, Basotho, they only eat pap, moroho, and meat. That's all. That's all. But I kept on saying, this is so...
So you are having to deal with that mentality that says the food is equals to pap, meat, and moroho.
My mom was saying, okay, you know what? I've been telling my friends that my daughter is a chef. I said, no, I'm not a chef. I'm a nutritionist. She said, yeah. I told them that. This one, she cooks so much. So much. That's all she does. She cooks. So she was saying, I was saying, Mom, no, isn't there a nutritionist in Lesotho that you can, talk to understand nutrition? She was saying, hi, why now we understand, we understand the rice and beetroot.
That's nutrition.
That's nutrition. I was saying, oh no, like, So long story short, I came home.
Yeah.
And then actually when I was still in the Philippines, planning on coming home, I was already advertising
the dazzling nutrition.
This is what I've always done from scratch. Yeah, this is just what I've always done. So even though my mom and family, friends, everyone, they all said the same thing actually. Yeah, like, okay, yeah.
Well, now you cook food.
Yeah,
you are a chef.
Yeah. Others were even saying, wow, she's going to sell food. You know what? We have to look for like an umbrella for you in town, for you to have a
the
station.
Small little shop. I've seen a lot of them in Maseru as you drive around along the streets.
My mom was saying
they're doing shisa nyama somewhere there.
Imagine I struggled so many years to only like work there. I mean, I'm not trying to degrade anyone doing that, but I'm just saying they were so close-minded. Yeah, you could be much more to what you're already doing. So they were so close-minded to the idea.
So your family doesn't see what you're trying to become.
They just.
Oh Lord.
They had never heard of a nutritionist. And then by the time I came here, I found people waiting for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So by that time, that's
because you had advertised.
I was always advertising.
People.
The thing is, what?
So what's currently happening since you arrived?
Let me tell you. My mom, first of all, she changed. She's like, oh, wow, I didn't understand that you meant you have people who are suffering from high blood. You prescribe the diet for them, and then that food is the one that heals them.
Restores their balance.
So I remember the first weeks when I got here, she was really so surprised. She said, no, I didn't understand what a nutritionist was. I thought you were a caterer or a chef at most. So she was really surprised.
All right.
And then I also noticed that Basotho are tired of getting sick. People are tired of getting sick.
In fact, I could paint a picture for Africa that shows you that we have come out of many pandemics before.
Yes.
HIV and then malnutrition was one of them in many countries. And we've come up from TB.
Oh my
But you know what's on the horizon? In fact, what has actually arrived?
Overweight,
diabetes. I mean, we have to do something about it.
We have to. And the thing is, we are tired of taking pills. People are tired of taking pills.
Yeah.
Because pills are not, they're no longer working. They only work to stop the pain, but not to go to the original cause of the disease.
Exactly.
And that's where nutrition comes in.
Yeah.
Nutrition deals with the originality of the disease. We get the disease from its primary stages and we deal with it.
Yeah.
So honestly, people also started understanding what I do because I would have other clients, clients who are suffering from hypertension, which is high blood. And then I would tell my client, okay, this is the kind of food I'm going to make for you and all that. So my client would say, me, I like spicy food. You should put a lot of spice in my food. I'm like, no, I can't put a lot of spice in your shoes because that is the reason why you are sick. You are sick. It's because of spice.
It's aggravating your condition.
Exactly. That's what gives you, high blood. So people started understanding that, so what I'm eating is actually a problem. Yeah, this problem comes from what I'm eating.
So you're now trying to address what we call non-communicable diseases.
Yes.
So these are your lifestyle-related
diseases.
And you are saying Africa can change its trajectory on disease profiles.
Absolutely.
If we can just change the way we eat. And our understanding of what we are eating.
Absolutely.
Because our health, and I think this is the message we're saying out there, and I'm sure this is what Dazzling Health is all about.
Exactly.
You don't have to be sick.
You don't have to be sick.
You don't have to spend years on the bed.
You don't have to spend time with having pains in your back.
Yes,
hey, your children to come and massage you. You can't walk because this, or you are stressed. It doesn't have to be that way if we eat healthy. And you know what's another thing?
Yeah.
African food is not so bad, actually. It's just...
We've got some of the most tasty food in Africa.
We have the best food. The most nutritious food, actually.
Yeah.
But the problem is we are not comfortable with the food we have. we always want the chips, you know.
Yes.
I want mazemba. I want Coke, you know. That is where the problem comes from. But if we look for substitutions from this unhealthy food that we crave so much to healthy food, you know, like that's like saving a nation. It's really saving a nation. And I always tell this to my clients that nutrition doesn't have to be complicated. For most of my clients are people who have never been on a lifestyle change. So dazzling nutrition is really new to them.
So since you came back, you are in the kingdom now.
I'm in the kingdom.
And people are aware you are coming.
Yes.
And you have a specific profile of services you're going to serve them. Maybe let me take a step back and say, tell us about some of the key challenges, the issues, the health profiles you're seeing from your clients, without having to tell us the names.
Yes.
What are the big red zones you're seeing in the country right now?
I think people live with diseases for so long that they start to treat them themselves. And
sometimes when it's late.
Yeah, actually, when it's too late, because most of my clients, like right now, I mostly have weight loss clients. I'm only arriving when the situation has prolonged for so long, when the condition it's worse. It's like on a red zone. So the problem is there was no enough education on nutrition, and there was no enough education on the management of their condition. So people, they know they're sick and they just know they have to get medicine.
But they don't know what else to do.
They don't know what else to do. But then I noticed that nutrition education is so important. It's so important.
So there's lack of awareness of the disease.
There's lack of awareness of
and
the disease.
even how to manage it.
Even how to manage it.
So people are preferring the medical approach.
They're choosing the medical approach, and then they think that...
and the lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
On their disease and how it links to nutrition.
They also say, when you just tell them, okay, you should eat healthy, they're like, eating healthy, they're not well informed on eating healthy, because they'll say eating healthy is expensive, which is true. In some cases, health is expensive.
Of course.
It's expensive.
What is not? Buying a car is not cheap either.
Your body is expensive.
Exactly.
So what I do is I try to... Not everyone can afford. So
maybe before we get into what you're doing, I'm interested in the profiles of your patients or your clients, as you call them. How old are they? Are these older citizens who are dealing with lifestyle diseases that are coming in when you are post 50?
I have other clients like that. I have clients from age 25 to
25, yeah. With a lifestyle disease.
With weight gain problems. You find out they're saying, oh my goodness, I want to lose weight. You know, someone is only 25 years old and they're like, wow, I want to lose weight. I want to look better.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the way I look.
And it's possible, right?
It's possible. Okay. It's really, really possible. And then it goes all maybe until age 70.
Yes.
I would say. So from 25 to 70, I have mostly female clients.
All right.
I have a few male clients, but a few male clients is mostly people who just want to go to the gym and be healthy, and those who just...
And then incorporate an element of nutrition.
All right. And then I also have other working men who say, you know what, like men who are like maybe, let's say 50 to 60 years old, who say, you know what, I've been sick for so long that now I just want to do the right thing.
Because I realize my energy, my levels of fitness are going down.
They're depreciating.
The spare parts are getting very few.
Yeah, well,
or the parts are getting depleted.
That part. So, actually, I also have former ministers. I have
leaders in the country.
Yeah, from youth to clients who just say, I just want to make sure that my children are well informed about nutrition. I want to make better, I want to make sure that my children don't suffer what I'm suffering. So how do I deal with this?
So let's take an example of someone who's diabetic, someone who's hypertensive. I think hypertension is one of the biggest
here
killers
in
and the
Lesotho,
silent
actually.
killer.
Yes.
So if someone comes to you, they have this condition. What do you do with them?
I first do a nutrition assessment, which we're actually going to do on you later on. You are my.
You want to sell me out? I'll be happy to do that. Actually, yes, I'll be happy to do that. Yeah.
So I usually just first assess the client, and to assess the client, I use my intelligent digital scale.
Okay.
In the Philippines, I had also like body quantum analyzer, which is another.
So that thing you stick on, and then it analyzes your elements, like your fat, your protein, your nutrients, what's deficient.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get that as well, but I just got this scale as of now. Okay. So I basically use the scale to assess. For example, you're telling me, like a client who says,
so this is an intelligent scale.
Intelligent body scale.
We've got it right here. I'm going to step on this thing, guys, later on. Just hang in there. Don't go away. Let's see what I look like inside.
Today we're going to expose you. Well, it's
important. I think my message to the world on this podcast is that we want to inspire people to do the right thing.
Yes.
And so even if it's me who has to do the right thing, you're going to follow my journey. When you see me later on nicely trimmed up, you know who's responsible.
It's Dazzling Nutrition.
Yes.
So basically, I first assess you, and then I listen to your body. I also do other measurements, like weight for height for weight,
It's like BMI?
Of course. Well, and we also do BMI, body mass index.
All right.
And then I'm going to also do total energy requirements of micronutrients.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also going to do what we call 24-hour food recall to also see, okay, give me an example of what kind of food did you eat yesterday? What kind of food do you usually eat? And then just through all these sorts of measurements with my scales, what the measurements are saying, I basically interpret that into the diet.
So your measurements are coming through an app.
They are coming through
that's linked to this intelligent scale.
Yes, the intelligent scale.
All right. And also you're punching in that detail of the information.
Actually, besides the intelligent scale, I also have other measurements of my own.
Okay.
The ones that I'm going to need when I prepare your daily meals. Actually, what I'm just looking here is for those measurements, and then I take them into now preparing the meals for you. It's all measurements. I'm not just saying, oh, he's sick, he has hypertension, or just go eat this, just go eat spinach and fresh fruits. And then they kind of like get No, we have to
lumps and lumps of fruits.
Oh my!
And overdose themselves on vitamin C.
We have measurements for everything, quantities. All right. So all these measurements are so important, which will tell me, for example, how many calories you can consume in a day, how much protein.
Can you also tell what type of a blood group I am and what type of food I should eat in that assessment?
In that assessment, yes. Like, for example, someone with blood group A has a different diet from blood group O. You know, like, for example, people on a blood group O, like, I don't include things like wheat in their diet or food that has too much gluten. So it's different from someone who probably just who's like on blood group A, who's just on like strict vegetarian diet. So what I'm doing is listening to the body and interpreting it for my patient through diet.
All right.
So even for you later on, we are going to assess you, and then I'm just going to give you an example of what kind of food to eat, because this is actually the food for my weight loss clients.
All right.
So basically, let me explain. Since the significance of my meals is to actually heal disease, is to actually make people who couldn't walk again to walk again. So people who were complaining about pain, or like just someone who's saying, you know what, I just want to lose weight. So all I'm saying is just
here's something that helps you.
Here's something that's going to help you. So this is how I price them. I price them weekly and monthly. Because if you just eat one one plate, there's no difference.
No.
Imagine you've been eating unhealthy for so many years.
Yeah.
So what's one meal going to do? It's not going to do anything.
So you need to be consistent over time.
You have to be consistent on
It takes time to restore yourself naturally.
You have to be on the Dazzling meal plan, and they're usually weekly or monthly.
So how long is the minimum time you give them to say, before we start seeing any change in the weight loss, how long will it take?
I tell them at least 1 month. I tell my clients at least to join the program.
Eat consistently this meal for 1 month.
For 1 month. Eat what I'm giving you just for 1 month. You'll definitely see change. I've had many clients, like, for example, I had a customer at first. She was actually my most difficult customer. She was just about to go on glucagon. Glucagon is a medicine that is given to people who are on critical stages of diabetes. So we reversed that condition through diet, and now she didn't go on glucagon.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's powerful.
but she has been with me for like maybe 3-4 months. For 3 months, ever since I got to Lesotho.
That's almost like the time you need to be in gym to build those muscles and look trimmed up nicely.
So now she has lost so much weight.
Wow.
She's not as sick as before. So if all she just has to do is to continue with this lifestyle.
Does the health system and the Ministry of Health know in Lesotho that you are here and you're doing this?
They'll know soon. Hopefully.
I'm hoping they are watching.
Yeah, like we have been, from the day I got to Lesotho, I have been working.
So how many clients do you have now?
Right now, today I had 4 clients, but then this is because this week it's different. If it's like the first week of the month.
But in total,
today,
like your client base,
40 plus.
You supporting 40 clients right now? Wow, that's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
Where do you get the food from?
We get food from different shops, but then we also have some farmers, like some farmers in Sikamaneng, who provide me with carrots and spinach. So if I would get more farmers,
I like this because you're coming in at the apex of this food chain.
Absolutely.
And you're channeling the consumption part, and you're helping to make sure that the right people who need this nutrition get it.
They get it. Yeah.
For me, I think that's a very powerful position that God has placed you at.
It's very important.
And I think the linkage even with the farmers, with your business, I mean, feeding 40 people every week or every month is a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
So you need a lot of supplies. So I'm sure if there are farmers out there who would like to get in touch with you for selling some of their products or the food that you prepare, you should actually create that network.
Yes, I did have, and also like when we first began, I had some people who were suggesting that they wanted to supply me food seasonally, and I guess because this is my first time in Lesotho in a long time. So really, if ever we have a list of farmers who'd ever reach out to me, that would be so
fantastic.
So much better.
And in terms of your practice, have you set up a practice somewhere, or you're still working from home? And what is the plan?
Right now, I'm still working from home. I hope to have my own Dazzling sanitarium very soon, where we will be using food as medicine, and just a center where people can know that, you know what, I'll just go there for healing, and I will be healed.
So you would like people to come in and have this center. If I can if I'm right, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm seeing a vision, and I'm actually looking way ahead to say it's not just going to be about food. People are going to come in and check in.
They're going to check
and stay in with you.
They will stay in with us. Hopefully, we can even have programs for let's say let's say we'll have people who will come in for 2 weeks, for 1 month.
Yes, for that detox, for that cleansing of the system.
Exactly.
And then during that time, you could be educating them and training them on how to cook healthy meals.
Healthy meals. We have disease management classes there at the Dazzling Nutrition Sanitarium. It is actually my fiance's dream. He's always pushing it all the time, saying, Dazzling Sanitarium, we have to have it very, very soon.
I think you're going to have it.
I believe so.
I see you having it.
I believe so. We want to have the Dazzling Sanitarium, and then I'm really famous for the salads. Yeah, so we'll also want to have like a salad stall in a mall.
In a mall somewhere,
Yes,
like Maseru Mall.
Maseru Mall, Pioneer Mall, you know. So we want to have like a salad stall where people know that they can get fresh salads on a daily basis.
Prepared for their health.
Prepared for them. We'll also
not just mixing things randomly.
No, not just, oh my goodness, or even using the wrong ingredients.
Yes.
Because I noticed that other people can still cook healthy food. The food itself is healthy, but then the ingredients are not healthy. So for us here,
do you have any? I think you've shared with me a powerful story of the lady who was supposed to be on medication.
Yes.
And then, so you're saying this thing is helping somebody. You've got proof.
I'm telling you.
You have evidence.
Proof, yeah. Not only that, proof is everything, but people also. Like, for example, my client, this one I'm telling you about, who was about to go on glucagon. Yeah. Just after 3 months with me, she lost so much weight. She's no longer feeling tired as well.
Corrected itself.
So even now, like sometimes, even after people are done with the program, I still go back and do follow-ups. Hey, how are we doing? What did you eat today? Okay, what are you eating this week? Can I see the plan for this week? And then I rectify whatever needs to be rectified. So this program, it's not like it's not just a diet for a few days. It's for a lifetime. It's for a lifetime. So that's why it's important to
tell you what, Seriti.
To have someone like me.
We can sit here and talk the whole day. You've got so much interesting and inspiring stories. I pray that may your dreams and your wishes come through.
Thank you.
I think that center, you're going to have it. You have no choice.
And my salad shop.
Your salad shop, God must provide that for you, because what you're doing is actually feeding the lambs of God, saving them and giving them the nutrition. You know, for me as a media person and a public health person, I dream of a day when even yourself, we will not only feed people. You know that verse that Jesus said, men shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds.
Yes.
Which means there is a life you can sustain by eating bread alone.
Alone, yes.
But you need the other bread, which is the spiritual.
It's so important.
I always see our ministry helping people, and that's where we're going. We want access to land. Because you can't build this sanitarium on the air. You need to have land. Space, and this food does not come from up there, but from the ground.
From the land.
So if God can give you that land and combine that with the spiritual knowledge that you have, because health is not just the physical.
It's not.
It is the mental, it is the spiritual as well. And so I wish one day we'll come and fill at that sanitarium space when it is set up. And I hope you have the business plan for it.
We are working on the business plan with my fiance.
Please do.
We're working on, and then I think the next time you come to Lesotho, you'll be at our sanitarium.
Oh wow!
We'll host
That's
you.
a statement of faith, and I know God can do it. Given your passion,
right now.
I think God is going to give it to you. So I'm going to look forward to that. And what I can only say to our viewers out there is that your health is your wealth. Without it, you are the poorest person out there. And we've been sitting here and talking to Seriti, a nutritionist, specialist, someone who's in Lesotho, who's trying to make a difference and change lives, restore the health of people through the food that you eat, because you are what you eat. And it is possible to change it. I think it's time for us to do the measurements now.
It's time to put you on the scale. So,
all right, and discover what my body is saying.
And to hear what your body is communicating.
Maybe explain to our viewers there what we're going to do and how we're going to go about it so that they can be able to follow us.
So basically, I'm going to put him on a scale in order to see how much water he has in the body, how much protein and other important information he has, in order for me to prescribe him which diet and what quantities and for how many days a week and all that. So
I'm hoping one day I will be nice and slim.
You'll be nice and slim if that's what your body wants from you. If your body is crying saying, hey, I have to be slim, you have to get rid of all this fat, then that's what we're going to do.
All right.
So right now I'm going to first switch on my Bluetooth and attach it to the
To the scale right
To
here.
the
Do we need to
scale
turn
right
the
here.
scale on somewhere, or it turns on by itself?
It will turn on my phone, and then it will just...
So it will turn on by itself down there?
When you go on it. So I think
I
right
see.
now you can go on it.
With my shoes on? Or
without your shoes.
without?
Please
I can
take
keep
them
the socks,
off.
is there?
Yeah, the socks are okay.
All right.
Yes. It's very important to do this assessment. It's like the most important part also in the business, because it tells you what to do. Without the scale, it's like, how can you prescribe the diet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, for hypertension, you can look at someone who's hypertensive and not even know.
Exactly.
Because it's inside.
It's inside.
So measurement and assessment is very important.
It's very,
okay, can I step on it?
Please step on it now.
Right.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Let's see.
Do I step on the silver stuff?
Yes, hold on. Right. Measuring is going on. Let's wait.
I can see it's brushing.
Yes.
Right there, right?
Yes, hold on. Okay, sorry, let's try again. Let's try again.
Can I step off now?
Go off and then go on. Please stand. Yes, and then go on.
Go on again.
Yes.
All right. Let's do that.
Hold on. Measuring is going on. Yes, good. I have it all right here in my phone. All of it is right here.
I see
all
more
of
reds
it.
than greens. Okay.
I see more reds than greens, but that's okay.
All right.
That's why I'm here. Why I'm here.
All right. So
that is why I'm here.
Great stuff.
So
yeah,
you are 103 kg. 103.6
kgs. Heavy.
Yes.
All right.
You are overweight.
All right.
Do you know what it means to be overweight?
It means you're carrying more kilos on you than the system should be having.
Absolutely. So, of course, that means that your BMI is also higher.
It's going to be off, and
it is 40.0, and it says
40.0.
Yes.
Wow.
It means you're obese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we definitely have to know that weight is a problem now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first indicator. And you have 45% fat in your body.
Wow.
So you have 50% maybe flesh with bones, and then you have more fat in the body.
So I need to burn that thing out.
So we have to burn it out. We have to remove it out. We have to... I'm already thinking things like banting, which is exactly what I brought for you today. It's like, yeah.
So banting would mean what? Take away certain foods?
So banting is basically a program where we are removing carbohydrates but giving you proteins and veggies. But then also, since this will be your first time, I will just put you on maybe a semi-banting list.
All right.
I will still give you carbohydrates.
So semi-banting means what?
Yeah, like it's not full banting because this is your first time.
All right.
Yeah, maybe after 2 weeks or so, then we can go to strict banting, complete banting.
All right. So it's like an easing.
Yeah.
You're easing in.
You are easing in.
You're not going all the way
because
deep.
If we start giving you something strict right now, you will not follow it. Or maybe you'll follow it for maybe like 1 week. After that, you want to go back to your old ways.
It will crave for the old food,
It will. So it's very important to do everything gradually. So that's what we're going to do with you.
All right.
But then the good news, you have healthy muscle. So this means that, you are not thinning out or...
On the muscles.
Wow. It's just perfect.
So my press-ups are helping. I keep pressing up and I keep pushing and walking. Yeah.
They're helping.
I do a little bit of exercise, but I think it's not good enough. I'm not burning enough fat then.
You'll do
but at least the muscle is there.
But at least the muscle is healthy.
I can still run about 30, 40 press-ups without stopping.
Really? That's really, really good.
Yeah. And I don't... Of course, you pant at the end of the day.
Yes.
I can run a continuous set of squats with push-ups
because
4-5 sets, but definitely I think burning fat is the big issue. You said 45, right?
Yeah, 45.
That's a lot.
This means that you also have like a lot of energy. So like the food you eat, are you eating a lot of carbs? Carbs are things like pap or like bread or pasta,
I think
macaroni.
Daily I have all of those in my meals.
Oh yeah.
So I have... If it's not rice, it's pap. If it's not pap, it's your macaronis or your penny pastas.
Yes.
Yeah.
breads.
Bread, definitely, yes.
And
I
it's
try to eat brown bread a lot.
Yeah, it's okay. We just have to give you the right quantities now.
All right. So it's about scaling down.
It's about getting down. And also, what time do you usually, when is your latest meal at night?
You see, I work in a very strange setup where sometimes I can work for 18 hours. And so I can sometimes maybe be nibbling maybe biscuits and something late at night as I'm drinking my tea.
Yeah, and that is really the problem. That is really the problem.
Because you're trying to keep awake and finish this project you're doing before you go to sleep late in the night.
I know.
And I don't think I'm sleeping enough hours as well. Does that contribute?
Maybe it contributes to weight gain. Do you know that?
All right.
Yeah, like people who don't have enough sleep actually gain weight. And especially those who nib it. Yeah. Like you, like you're saying.
I don't do it a lot, but I think late in the night, because you stay late into the night and you feel your stomach grumbling for something.
Because I was going to say it's also important to check eating hours. So with you, what we'll do is we'll make sure, like even if you try to eat at night, we'll try to make it something that is very light and something that has low calories. You see? So, but then later on in the program, I'll start telling you, I think we should adjust our eating hours. But for the first few weeks, I'm still going to allow you to eat late. But if you will eat late, it's something very healthy and light.
Guys, Seriti has taken me over, eh?
Yeah, something that is not going to, take too long to process. So something like maybe a fruit juice or like a fruit, a very light salad. That's okay. That's okay. So, okay, let's carry on.
What else are the indicators saying?
Yes. You have 16.0 visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that is surrounding your internal organs.
The midline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mkaba, as we call it.
Mkaba, exactly. Yes. So we have to definitely, it's obese. So we have to put you on a healthy scale. So what we're going to do.
What's the best way to burn mkaba? Because I know many African men struggle with that.
They struggle a lot with mkaba.
And sometimes we just end up just giving up.
Yeah.
And these are men who are not even alcoholic.
Yeah.
They are vegetarian, some of them.
Yeah, actually, I have another old client. He's in his 50s. Like, he was my client, I think, in March, the whole of March, actually. Yeah. I think we made a difference of about 10 centimeters difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean like trimming his waistline?
His waistline. He didn't drink alcohol. He was just just a hardworking man working for his family. He's always at work and then at home. So what I had to do was put him on a high protein meal, high protein and high veggie meal. And I just started with him. I started with him in February. Yeah, and I think by the first week of March, like when I checked again, because I usually check my client. You see, this is the first time we'll do the assessment. After 1 month, I go back again. We check. Yeah.
All right, for progress.
So, yeah. We also have some detox teas that I prescribe to him, which is like ginger and lemon water. It's tea, but we call it water.
It's herbal
yes.
All right.
So through the teas as well as, adjusting the portions of food they eat and also trying to make sure that they don't eat after 6. Yeah. Like
at night.
Yeah. My patient really changed. Like he was surprised saying, wow, now I even have to sew my pants
to bring him back to a fitting size.
Exactly.
That's evidence that this works.
It really works, and it needs consistency. So I always tell my clients that it's better to enroll for more than 1 month.
All right.
At least 3 months, 6 months, so that we can get rid of the problem easily. Because all you just have to do is eat what I'm giving you, do what I'm telling you to do, and we just get rid of it, sooner. So back to you.
Yes.
So basically, like you.
So the visceral fat is 16%.
It's 16%.
What's the ideal fat levels?
The ideal right here, it's 9%. You're 16.
So I'm more than double. I'm almost double, actually.
Yeah. So So, and I told you to snack better at night, to eat something lighter.
Healthy and light, yeah.
Yes. Another one is to also, in the morning, drink maybe 1 or 2 cups of warm water with lemon and ginger, just to get rid of detoxes. And throughout the day, stay hydrated. You just have to eat. For example, if you want to eat a lot, we can separate your eating in smaller portions. For example, at 1 o'clock, you can only eat carrots. Maybe at 2 o'clock, you can eat maybe chicken and broccoli or something.
So you're breaking it down into small portions.
Into small portions.
All right.
Yeah, so that, you know, we don't want to make your stomach we don't want to
overload it.
To overload it. Actually, there's this theory that you shouldn't eat carbohydrates that are bigger than your hand.
Right.
So the rice you eat or the pap you eat, it must fit in your hand.
You want people to stuff.
That's what people will say. I'm telling you that.
You want me to stuff?
Exactly. So it's like, no, you are not starving. This is just for one meal. Or maybe this is just for now.
Because the excess you eat gets converted and stored as fat.
It gets stored in the body as fat.
So you want to deny your body the opportunity to store anything.
To store it into fat.
You want to start burning into your fat store.
And we want you to use that food in the body as energy.
All right.
We don't want it to go to the liver to be stored as fat.
Yeah.
We want you to use that food throughout the day.
Right.
So that's why we don't want to give you too much food that will make you too full. We want to give you food that is necessary for your daily commitments. So your bone mass is low.
Meaning?
Your bone mass is low. It's only 1.0. So I'm going to ask you, are you a person who drinks enough calcium? Are you a person who drinks enough milk?
I actually was off milk completely.
Completely?
Yeah.
Like,
I was taking more soya milk.
Soya milk, plant-based.
And plant-based,
it's okay, but it's
But as in the actual milk, I think I was having challenges with lactose intolerance. So I would constipate a lot if I take milk.
Yeah, my fiance was also saying that we also have other...
calcium supplements?
No, other herbs like, I think it's called lucerne.
Lucerne, yeah?
Yes, it's very high in calcium.
All right.
So maybe you can also incorporate that. Yeah, or sometimes even dark green vegetables. Some of them, spinach, it has calcium, and parsley.
All right.
So even if you, like for people who are saying, I'm lactose intolerant, but I maybe have a low bone mass, you know, I want to strengthen my bones. Yeah, so you can still get calcium from plant-based sources.
All right.
So we have to include lucerne for you. Right. Yeah. And then your water intake it's low. It's 41.0. Okay. It's supposed to at least be 50.
50.
So how are you drinking enough water?
I do. I think sometimes I do.
And how do you drink your water?
I could easily drink a 500 ml bottle within like no time, and then I forget about water for a while.
Maybe that's a problem. Maybe you need to sip.
Okay.
You need to
So I mustn't gulp the whole bottle.
No, don't gulp it, because the same way you put it in is the same way it goes out. Let me go to the loo.
And then sometimes you burp. Yeah, you go to the loo like in a few minutes later.
Exactly. So the water didn't hydrate.
Stay in the system.
Yeah, it didn't detox as it was supposed to do. So it's important to also drink, to also sip. Yeah, drink it gradually. Because what you're doing now, you're just drinking water and then it's going out of the body.
It's like a flash flood.
It's like flash flood. Exactly.
Yeah, but when you drip nicely, you're soaking.
Yeah, and
nothing is lost.
We want the cells in the blood to be hydrated.
Wow.
We want the detox
all the toxins to get out from the cells.
Yes. We want the water to basically refreshen the system, to rejuvenate, you know, what's going on inside.
All right.
So it's also important when you drink water. Don't forget that. And basically, you are, of course, your obesity degree is severe, and then your protein is actually high. Your protein is 49.9. It is high. So
meaning it should be what level?
It should be at least at 40. Yes.
So I've got more proteins than I need.
Are you eating too much meat, or are you eating, do you eat legumes?
Yeah.
Beans.
Oh yeah, those
lentils.
are always part of my diet. Yes.
So that is where your protein is. So I mean, in as much as they're good, we just have to balance it.
Okay.
We just have to
balance
balance
them. I
it.
love my beans.
I love beans. I love brown beans.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to balance that out.
All right.
So basically, we can just right now we can.
So by balancing out, like for example, I could eat them maybe once in 2 days, or maybe 4 times in a week. What would be ideal?
For example, let me ask you, how many times do you eat beans now in a week?
Like this week, today is what? In the last 5 days, I think I've eaten beans in 4 days of my last 7 days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so every morning, maybe my breakfast, I'll have a portion with beans. Yeah, even when I go out to order some food in the salads, there are some seeds and there are some legumes right there.
Okay, so maybe let's say, for example, if you've been eating them 4 times, maybe now we can just go to maybe 2 times.
Okay.
2 times.
And I eat a lot of nuts, mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts.
Your almonds, your cashews.
Yeah, basically, what we'll do is, even if you still say, this is what I live on, because you're a person who works until late, you work 18 hours a day jobs, what we'll say is, okay, now you can still have your nuts. Maybe you'll just have, let's say 5 grams of your nuts, and then we increase your intake of fruits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We hydrate the body more, and we try to give the body more vitamin C, and hopefully it will balance the protein in the body, and it will just become well balanced. So right now, what we have to do is increase your intake of vitamin C, so that, because vitamin C, we always talk about it, it goes hand in hand with protein.
All right.
So and iron. So we have to make sure that we are increasing your foods rich in plant-based foods like spinach or green crops. Yeah.
Green leafy
green leafy crops, with any vitamin C's as well. So that we just want to balance that protein, not to make it too high or too low.
All right.
Yeah. And then your body weight without the fat. Remember, you are 103.6 kg. So your body weight without the fat is only 57.
So I should be 57.
So you should be 57 kg, 60 kg.
But it's not going to be possible.
It's not going to be possible.
Why? Because even when I was in high school, I weighed 75 and then 85 when I got to high school. I was playing rugby. So you're saying I'm going to go back way below?
Listen to what I'm saying. It's not going to be possible. To reach that, if that's what you are thinking.
All right.
But what we can do is, we can at least put you on 70 at least, 70 kg at least. Because also your body organs are also used to a certain body weight. So we don't want to be too excessive, to shock them a lot. So we just have to do everything in moderation. But for you, this is what it's saying. Without the fat, it's 57. So I'm sure like 65 to 70 for you
should be
70
ideal.
kg should
after
be
we
ideal.
burn a lot of that fat.
Yeah, but you know what? It's very attainable. It's really attainable.
I believe so.
I've met customers, my patients, whom the first time they're saying, do you know, I eat every hour, this is going to be impossible. And then those same clients later on, they're like, I never thought I would do this. And actually, it's not even so hard. I thought that dieting is eating one lettuce, or eating things like in very small amounts. Starving yourself. It's like, no, it's just eating you, making sure, like, even if you still lose weight, to make sure you don't get hungry.
I see.
We are not trying to starve the body. We are trying to make you more healthy. So you'll also notice that even the food I give you, it will make you full. My salads they make you full. So you are still eating healthy, but you are still becoming full.
So you're not only full, but you're full with nutritious food.
With nutritious
because
food.
It's possible to be full with empty calories.
Empty calories, yeah. But
All right.
This is the food that your body needs. Your body is crying to have. So
this is brilliant. I'm very excited. I made myself vulnerable to our viewers out there.
Now they'll be like,
so the challenge is on me.
It's
to get this and see if it works. And I'm going to put you on the trial on this one and see if it works.
Yeah. And I will we will communicate even when you leave Lesotho.
Yeah.
I'll be telling you, okay, what will you be doing this week?
Yes.
I'll be traveling a lot.
Yeah.
Then I will have to come up with a meal plan for you and tell you, okay, you're going to buy this kind of food.
Yeah.
And then when you come back home, this is another meal plan for you.
Yeah.
So my clients, we are always on the phone.
You're just going to have to make sure I link you up to Vivian, my wife, because
Please.
she does most of the cooking.
Please,
and I'm
going to say he needs to lose weight.
In fact, me and V, I think, need to go on that program as well.
I think it would be great.
Yeah, because I think she'll definitely be my support, and I can be her support. Mm-hmm. Because that's actually one of the things I think people give up. People give up because they don't have a support network of someone who keeps. You are the nutritionist who then helps the client. But many people out there, I can tell you, they give up on this thing. Yeah. I actually have other clients as well, a husband and wife. The wife was the one who contacted me, and the husband is just there as a support system. Yes, and then he said, important. Wow, I didn't know that. Like, I thought I was healthy. Yeah. And then I didn't know that I could be more healthier. Exactly. So he's so healthy now. And that's what Africa needs. Because Africa's health system is not going to be able to deal with our diseases. Our health systems are even struggling to deal with the basics. What we already have. And so I think as preventative health medicine people, we want to give you medicine that prevents you from getting into a system that's not going to be giving you the best health care. So I think you're standing on, for me, when I look at you, you're like someone who's standing up the river, all right, and helping people not to fall into this river called disease that's sweeping a lot of people away. You're just helping them to cross over without having to fall in. Once we teach you how to eat, we are not only saving you, we are saving your whole family, your children, the children that could come from you. It's like saving a nation. Nutrition really saves a whole nation. And in fact, I can tell you this. I read a study, or I attended a conference in Durban some years ago. It's an HIV and AIDS conference. And one of the teams from UKZN were presenting a paper. And you know what they were saying? The health eating habits that you change right now can be transmitted to your third and the fourth generation of your children. Now, when they were saying the biggest impact will be at the third and the fourth. Exactly. And it made me remember the commandment that says, I'll bless you to the third generation. And the fourth. Oh my goodness. So when we make these changes, they're not just for us, but they're for generations to come. Especially if you're younger and you want to make sure you get into your marriage fitter. And it's good for the bedroom as well. It's good for the bedroom There are so many benefits we've not even talked about here. Yes. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the time we've had. Are we done with the measurements? I want us to wrap this so that we can get to a point where we get our viewers to get in touch with you, because I really want them to be in touch with you. Yes. Yeah. Let me just give you the last part, which is the shocker. What is it? Your body age or your body image is for someone who's 80 years old. You're kidding me. You mean? You have a body of an 80-year-old. I'm going to send it to you on WhatsApp, actually. But definitely not my mind. No, your mind is you. No. I'm worn out. That's what you're saying. Yeah. So we have to make you. You know what? The younger, the better. Yes. The vitality. Younger, yes, vitality. So we have to make sure that you look your age. Wow. Yeah. When I grew up, people always said you're mature beyond your age. Now you see what. Now you're trying to reverse that and saying you must be younger than your age. You must be younger than your age. Exactly. Wow. Thank you so much. So now, usually I would have to also make a meal plan for you now, and which I'm gonna make actually. I'm gonna make for you now that I know. Yeah. And then from now I have to tell you what kind of food to eat and what time you should eat it, and so fantastic. So this is quite a powerful way to help somebody. It is. And I can tell you on this podcast, my interest is to really inspire people out there to take charge of their lives. Whether it's marriage, whether it's their career, whether it's their spirituality, whether it's their health, whatever. I really want people to be inspired to be taking charge. So I'm going to lead by example.
Thank you.
Now that I know I'm 80 years old.
You're 80 years old, and I'm right here. I'm just a phone text away, a phone call away.
Yeah.
So we are going to do this next time.
Fantastic.
Next time for sure, we're going to get better results, because I'm going to text you, hey, have you eaten at this time?
Right.
Hey,
yes. Yeah.
What did you eat? Did you eat what I gave you?
And in fact, in all that you're saying right there is that many people lose it because we lose the discipline.
It's so important.
If we could inculcate in us and pray for discipline, many of these problems won't be a challenge for
everything.
us.
Discipline. Sometimes.
Thank you so much. And I want you to give us your closing parting shot. What is the message you want the world out there to hear? If we say dazzling nutrition, if we say Seriti, what must they remember about you?
I just want to be remembered or to be known as someone who's here to help people to live for a longer time and to live happy lives. And I'm using nutrition as a tool or a method of bringing longevity and happiness into our lives.
Fantastic.
So they can find me on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm Dazzling Nutrition with 5 Z.
So dazzling, we're going to put it right there. Dazzling with 5 Zs.
Yes, Dazzling Nutrition. And then on Instagram, I am All Things Dazzling.
All right.
So hopefully soon again when we meet, we'll either be in our sanitarium, the Dazzling Sanitarium, or we'll be at a stall in our mall, our salad stall, where we will be attending, to patients and clients daily. So I'm so happy you joined us, and this is what you will eat.
All right. What do we have here?
So we have, this is, I also have different lines, by the way, whether vegetarian, vegan, or people who eat meat. I deal with everyone. So for you, for today, maybe you can eat this as your dinner. We have pumpkin butternut.
All right.
We have cauliflower mixed with broccoli and a chicken breast.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's all the one must eat.
Actually,
for nutrition.
It's really going to make you. It's going to make you full, because with you, this is like a weight loss menu.
Yeah.
And maybe if we
see the starches are out. We've given more vegetables right there.
But then I don't want to maybe promote the notion that people who want to lose weight should fully get rid of starch. No, we just want to minimize it.
All right.
This is just your food for today. For tomorrow, you could find out that I have made half a cup of brown rice for you.
All right.
Yeah, that could be on your menu.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So it just depends on what the menu is for that day. But this is just for an example of a...
Fantastic.
Yeah, just a dinner for you. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next time...
Yes.
We'll be somewhere.
We're eating healthy in the kingdom. Friends and colleagues, thank you so much for taking time to watch this podcast. This is the MelVee Podcast on the go, and I've been sitting here talking to a nutritionist. I'm sure you've been inspired, you've been informed, you've been educated. Thank you so much, Seriti.
Thank you
Molapo, for creating time for us.
Thank you.
And thanks, my friends. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, and to follow this channel. If we are in your country somewhere, give us a call. We might just be in your neighborhood and would like to sit down and talk to you about the issues that impact you and the issues that will inspire your community and change lives. God bless you, and see you next time.